A very good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of the Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Jadabdin. Starting off in local news, Sri Lankan President Anurukumara Dissanayake reaffirmed his commitment to justice in long-standing cases. Dissanayake, during the Satana program on Sirasa TV, emphasized his administration's unwavering commitment to ensuring that past crimes do not fade away with time. He highlighted the established structures in place to conduct thorough investigations, including the Criminal Investigations Department, the Attorney General's Department, and the Judiciary. President Dissanayake pointed out that many detectives who were crucial to these investigations had been transferred when Gotabaya Rajapaksa assumed office, with around 650 detectives reassigned and subjected to overseas travel bans. The current administration is working to reinstate these detectives and recruit new officers, a process that has taken some time. Addressing the assassination of journalist Lasantha Wickramatunge, who was killed on the 8th January 2009, President Dissanayake acknowledged the challenges of investigating a murder nearly 16 years later. Despite the difficulties, he assured that the investigation would not be abandoned. The president also noted that challenges in other high-profile cases, such as the murder of Tajuddin, where the key witness, the chief judicial medical officer, is deceased. Similarly, in the case of Poddala Jayantha, crucial medical reports have gone missing. Despite these obstacles, President Dissanayake affirmed that justice would be served. He highlighted positive progress in the investigations into the Easter Sunday terror attacks and expressed confidence in soon taking legal action over the assault on Keith Noya. Still in local news, the government of Sri Lanka has decided to suspend the allocation of luxury official residences to ministers moving forward. Minister of Public Administration Professor Chandana Abeyaratne said that valuation activities for 30 such residences have already begun. Additionally, valuation is underway for 20 residences under the ministry and 15 bungalows established at the district level. Following these assessments, decisions will be made regarding the future use of these luxury residences. Minister Professor Chandana Abeyaratne emphasized that the government is focusing on utilizing these properties for more productive purposes such as promoting the tourism industry. In more local news, the deadline for the calling of tenders for the construction of a new passenger terminal at the Katunayake Bandaranaike International Airport with the aid of JICA has been extended until March. The Deputy Minister of Ports and Aviation, Ruwan Kodituaku, says that accordingly, construction activities are expected to commence in June. With the construction of the new passenger terminal, it will be possible to increase the annual passenger handling capacity of the Katunayake Bandaranaike International Airport to 15 million by 2028. And up next is international news.
International news.
Moving on to news overseas, South Korea's transport ministry says that it would remove the concrete embankment installed at Muan International Airport following last month's Jeju Air crash, its deadliest domestic air disaster. While investigators are still probing what caused Jeju Air Flight 7C2216 to crash, including reported bird strikes, experts have said the massive berm that supported navigation antennas at the end of the runway likely made the disaster more deadly than it might have been otherwise. In some of the first widespread reforms announced since the crash, authorities said they will make new foundations or other adjustments for similar antennas at 7 airports including Muan and Jeju International Airport, one of South Korea's busiest, that are either below ground level or easy to break. The decisions came after reviewing the structures housing the antennas that guide landings at the airports across the country, known as instrument landing systems or a localizer. The December 29 crash killed 179 people, with only 2 crew members seated near the rear of the Boeing 737-800 aircraft surviving. Up next is your update on sports.
Sports news.
Moving on to sports, Bangladesh are one win away from direct qualification for this year's Women's ODI World Cup after they beat West Indies by 60 runs in the second ODI. It was Bangladesh's first win against West Indies in any format as they levelled the series 1-all after West Indies had won the first game by 9 wickets on Sunday. Bangladesh are now in 7th place in the ODI Women's Championship points table with 21 points, the same as New Zealand, who are placed 6th. The top 5 teams from that table and host India will gain direct entry into the ODI World Cup, and the third ODI between West Indies and Bangladesh will be the final game of this Women's Championship cycle. And with that, we wrap up this edition of the Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I've been Juad Abdin. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.